All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indian descent. All right, so I came across this article. It was posted today, June 21st, which is a Sabbath. All right, Saturday sundown till, June the 20th through the 21st, sundown of Saturday, June 20th until sundown, June 21st. It's a new moon, which is the Sabbath. All right, so we're still in the midst of the Sabbath, but it'll end going into this evening. So anyway, ran into this article. It's posted today. It says, call to remove statue of explorer who brutalized, I should have said murdered, Native Americans, which are the tribe of Gad, ignites firestorm in Tillamook County. Tillamook County is in Washington. Not Washington, Oregon. All right. But before I get that, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who and where? Who and where? It's like it. If not, who and where is he? Where and who is he? It's like it. All right. So that's going into Esau, Edom. All right. Going back. We're gonna also prove that Alexander the Greek, all right, is an Edomite, all right, and this will prove that you so-called white people are the Edomites, all right. That's what I'm getting to with this. So the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Now, when you read the story about this Edomite, all right, which I'm going to read at the end of this lesson, it goes in to say, of course, how roads, schools, and so forth were named after him, all right, along with other states in America and other parts around the world where they call themselves Europeans and so forth, all right. So I have another article. It's from Liviusorg. It's an article, all right. It says Hellenistic Age, Idumea. Idumea is another way of saying Edom. Edom, all right. Idumea is Greek, all right. It says, it seems that many Edomites moved to the newly acquired land in northern Negev because in the Hellenistic age, which starts with the conquest, Alexander the Great, in 33, 33, 333, the name Idumea refers to Negev, all right? So the name Edom refers to Negev, all right? The new capital was Hebron, all right? Other towns were Marissa and Bethsur. The Edomite homeland had been taken over by the Nabateans who repelled Greek attacks, all right? So this goes to say how Alexander, all right, the Great was an Edomite, all right? It says Hellenistic Idumea. Alexander spreads the Greek culture wherever he went, and it blended it with the cultures of the places he fought. For instance, Israel. All right. When you read First Maccabees, it goes to say how that Israelites were they weren't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments anymore, and they were taking on Greek culture. All right, so that's proof that you so-called white people are Edomites. All right, straight to the point. All right, First Maccabees, and after this, Salaki, and after his death, after Alexander the Greeks, the freak, after Alexander the freak had died, they all put crowns upon themselves, so that their sons after them many years, and evils are multiplied. Let's see if I can go back to the 8th verse. Okay, bear with me. Uh, Hold on. No, 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 no. It's not what I want. Okay, so this is First Maccabees. Uh, there's the king. Let's see. Let's see. It says, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. All right. Let's see. And he gathered a mighty strong host, army, and ruled over countries who Alexander the Great, so called, and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. All right, it's going to go on to say where he died. All right, now it says, wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so that their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. And there came out of them a wicked rule, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. So wicked Israelites sought to be joined with Edomites, all right, which hate Israelites, all right. Let's read this again. So we just read about Alexander, and this is the proof that he and the rest of the Romans, the Greeks, and so forth were Edomites. And it seems that many Edomites moved to the newly acquired land in the northern Negev because in the Hellenistic age, which starts with the conquest Alexander the Great in 333, the name Idumea refers to the Negev. Okay, so Esau, Edom, Alexander the Great was an Edomite. All right, and that's who this man is. All right, he's an Edomite. All right, Jacob versus Esau. All right, so we read First Maccabees. Let's get off of that. Read Job. All right, I'm gonna keep Hellenistic culture and Edomites Livius. All right, I'm gonna keep that. Now let's go to John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life. That's the Lord Yahweh speaking, and that they might have it more abundantly. All right, I am come that they might have life. Talking about when the Lord was on the scene, the Lord was speaking through John. All right, and that they might have it more abundantly. All right, going into having knowledge, the kingdom and so forth. All right, now let's read this article. Actually, let's read one more. Well, nah, I'm gonna wait. Let's read this. So, he's standing on this box. Let's see. Grace is depicted standing. Let's. This is I don't have none of this planned. I was just reading them, and I decided to, you know, uh, you know, do a sit down on this article. Graves depicted standing atop a traditional cedar burial box carved with human hands and face, a sacred artifact used by Northwest tribal chiefs and shamans for storage for ceremonial regalia. Following the death of the chief or shaman, the box became the protector of the soul of the deceased. Cap- the captain's feet are spread wide apart on the ornate box in a stance of dominant and victory over a vanquished people. All right. Now you see it says historical plaque Salakia accompanies a statue in Garibaldi that depicts Captain Robert Gray standing on a sacred Native American Gadite artifact, right? Photos by Charles Woodridge, all right? Uh, it says, in the years following Gray's visit to the area in the early 1790s, the indigenous peoples who box on which he stand, the Tillamook Coast Salish tribe disappeared entirely from Tillamook County, where Garibaldi is located. Their demise was the result of enforced relocations, broken treaties, disease, old age, sterilizations, and death overseas in 2 world wars. All right. Uh, let's read on down. Uh, Now it says Gray is widely. Let me abbreviate this. It says Gray is widely hailed as the discoverer of the Columbian River, which is a fucking lie. Though for 12,000 years previous to his arrival, it was one of the most populated regions in North America, home to tens of thousands, more so like millions, all right, of the Chinook, Clatsop, Slakia, Multnomah, Clackamas, and Cascade Nations, which are Gadites. Gray is also credited with being the first to circumnavigate, navigate, which means to circle the globe. All right, circum goes back to circle, or to circle. All right, the globe in 1970, which is a lie. Many Pacific Northwest geographical features, high schools, scholarships, harbors, and roads were named after him. All right, but as with many American monuments, this is an untold story. Now I want to get this. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, but the thing is, America is not their land, all right, and they stamp their name in American cities and towns and roads and so forth. They rape, robbed, and murder. What is saying, John? The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy, and that's what Esau has done. Esau even did that to Jake when Jake was conforming to to being Hellenized. All right, and when you read in the first Maccabees, it states how Antiochus came down upon Jake, but that happened because Jacob thinks that the heathen are their friends and so forth. Damn, I forgot the scripture I was gonna say, and so that's why that happened. And I guarantee you, this is how this man came. He came uh befriending them, because it says that he broke treaties. That's even another scripture. Damn. But basically, he come, being a friend to him and so forth, and then he backstabs him, all right, and ultimately, their brothers, the so-called Native Americans, and Esau, Edom, all right, Jacob and Esau, right, we're really brethren, uh, let's keep reading. Grace has been linked to the infamous South Carolina Triangle slave trade, all right? Having worked for slave traders Crowell Hatch and Samuel Brown. Following the abolishing of that horrific trade, Gray outfitted a sailing ship bound for the Pacific Northwest seeking sea otter furs. But many eyewitness accounts his dealings with many Pacific Northwest tribes from Vancouver Island to Tillamook Bay was brutal and rife with murder, thief, and the torching of villages. In one well-documented instance, Gray kidnapped the son of the chief of the village of Opisat in British Columbia and ordered the entire village of 200 ornately carved and ancestral homes burnt to the ground. All right. So let's read another account. Stories. Let's highlight this. Stories of Gray's interactions with other tribes along the coast are similar. In Tillamook, in sight of where his statue now stands, he turned his cannons on the natives who were rowing out to the ship for many years. Following the incident, present-day Tillamook Bay was known as Murder's Bay. All right. So that I'm gonna end it on that, But you Edomites, y'all got a lot of stuff to pay for. All right. And we're coming into that time period, all right, where it's time for Esau, Edom to pay, all right, and if any man, Revelation 13, verse 9 through 10, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints who are Hebrew Israelites. All right. So we're waiting on Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai to come back. All right. And to deliver us from the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America. All right. Deliver us from these pestilence, plagues, race wars and so forth, because this is what's coming. All right. And ultimately, you Edomites, you're going to go into captivity. Y'all killed with the sword, which was the gun. All right. You seen how it said that he turned his cannons upon them Gadite brothers. All right. And you even kidnapped one of the chief's sons and so forth. No telling what else you done did. It's things documented. Was things that happened that's not documented. All right. That you will be held account for. All right. That's why it says that you will receive double. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Alexander the Great was an Edomite. Shalom.